I am back. Pat the designer is back in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What is good? Got a lot to get into today, a shorter amount of time because Bulls also play tonight, so we got to get this live call in as well. But still want to get an episode, still wanted to get back on the mic with you guys. So let's get into the show, ladies and gentlemen, starting now. Did y'all miss me, man? Came back a little bit more tan. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting the summertime tan on as we hit daylight savings time. What's good, y'all? Your boy Pat the designer back at it again. This Bears team here, man, they know how to keep us up at night. Even though I missed the game last week, I still got to come back and talk about just an absolute mess of a franchise, man. It makes you sick to your stomach at times. Got a little bit more of a condensed show today, but still going to get a good show in. Want to start it off here, boys. Appreciate you guys for showing love. Number one thing for me, that I think is the biggest news today is talking about, of course, Justin Fields being listed as doubtful, but being ruled out of the game, but also will practice ahead of pregame. But Nathan Peterman will be the backup, but Tyson Bagent is the starter. What's going on here? What did I leave to come back to? What are we talking about? There's nothing but question marks with this team heading into this matchup versus the Panthers. And I'm talking about at the highest level. And the question on this video, the question on today's podcast is what it is, right? How important is a Chicago Bears matchup win versus the Panthers? And the reason that I asked that question, the reason that I was confused about what this team is heading into this game is because the leadership at the top, yet again, proving inept. The leadership at the top, yet again, proving that they don't know what the heck they're doing. Why is that the case? Why are we talking about that? Why the heck is my camera fuzzy? What the heck is going on here? See, this is what I'm talking about. I was looking at the camera before I came online. Give me a second here, y'all. This is the irritating stuff that be happening to me when I come back, right? Nothing's where it's supposed to be. I was looking at the camera and I was like, yo, the camera's looking a little fuzzy. What the heck is going on here? I can talk while I do it. Don't worry about it. But here's the biggest thing for me, right? When I'm looking at this Bears team heading into this game, the way that let me mute this real quick, drop out of here, bring ourselves back here. Boom, better. Oh, much better. Much better. Yeah. The way that you prepared for this game, the way that you have set yourself up for such a no-win situation is an absolute joke. And I'm sorry, the whole video thing threw me off for a second, but we back in the building, right? I look at what Matt Eberflus said today. I look at how Matt Eberflus talked about what he's getting his team prepared for heading into this game. And it almost feels like he thinks he's got it in the bag. We don't need Justin for this one. This is a must win, but we're going to keep y'all in the shadows. This is a must win game. I think that this is a must win game to the point that if they lose this game, you'll be talking about people looking for new jobs. Well, Pat, why would they fire a coach in season? They never fire coaches in season. I know all the storylines behind it. I know all the commentary that goes into this. This ain't the same. This ain't your grandfather's Bears team. Kevin Warren ain't your grandfather's president. I think that would actually be the line for this Bears team. I think that would actually be the line for Kevin Warren. Like, it makes no sense that we're still sitting here double talking, triple talking every question the media asks. I don't know if y'all saw the post that Nick Moreno put up on Twitter the other day, or whatever it's called now, X. I don't know. It's freaky out here. Where he basically said that he quoted what Matt Eberflus told him. He quoted what Matt Eberflus told him after the question. And it's so much double and triple talk, it makes no sense. It literally meant nothing. And I know this is just, oh, Pat, you're having a debate about the media. You're upset about what he said in the media. What does it matter what he says in the media? It all matters what he does on the field. No, it does matter what he says in the media, because it continues to reach out to all aspects of the team. I'm talking about leadership. You know what a leader would do in multiple situations here? When there was a player on your team who was the center, and you benched him because he played poorly, you couldn't go up to the podium and say, hey, you know what the issue is right now? He didn't snap the football well. You know what a leader would do? He didn't do his job the right way, so we benched him. You know what our head coach does? Well, he's done some things, but things are being done, and sometimes there's dumb things that are being done. And when you're doing things, you got to do them, right? What? Huh? The double talk is irritating my soul at this point. It's not even just double talk. It's not even talk. I get coach speak, but it shows a lack of you're not to the point where you're prepared for the questions that the media are going to throw at you. You're not there yet. And I'm supposed to believe that you're going to be prepared on a field in your second year as a head coach? It's not me. It's not me. This is a big game for the Bears coming into this one. This is one where, to me, when you look at the importance of the matchup, when you look at the importance of what it comes down to, right? One, of course, because of the draft capital, this is a major game in play. But two, if you can't go out here and beat literally what is supposed to be the worst team in football, and they pretty much are the worst team in football. Pretty much they're the worst team in football, right? Like, this is not a question mark of, oh, maybe they're pretty bad. No, they're the worst team in football. There's a couple that are record wise worse based on percentages. But you can't go out there and get the job done with the pieces that have been added at a minimum on the defensive side of the football. Let's have that conversation. Can you do it on the defensive side of the football? The side that you're supposed to be on point at. Can you do it on that side? Can you do it in a game? Can you lead your team to a win in a game where, if I'm not mistaken, let me see if I can pull up the injury report here for the Panthers. I believe Brian Burns is out. Let me see here. You got to go to theirs real quick. Bow. Let's see injury report, right? Like, this is the media guide. Oh, good Lord. They got all of that. Just give me the freaking injury report and all of that. Yeah, Brian Burns is out. There's no CJ Henderson. There's no DJ Chark. Like, you can't find a way to win that game, pack your stuff. We'll have your office packed up before the third quarter's over. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's that serious of a game to me. Like, I get it, right? Like, it's between two teams that are bad, but there is something to, and this is the reason why I want to have the conversation focused on the coaching staff, right? Because I don't believe that anybody else is going to have this conversation. Go back and watch the tape from last week. Go back and watch the tape from last week of Tyson Bagent. And I dare y'all to tell me that it doesn't look eerily similar to the things that we were starting to say about Justin Fields. The passes to the outside, I thought that they were beautiful. I thought that they were on the money. I thought he was making some really good passes. I even liked some of the deep throws he made. Over the middle, Tyson Bagent looked inept. Couple of passes there that looked okay. But over the middle, Tyson Bagent looked like an issue. I get it. There's some drop passes that go to that, but that's not the kind. There's drop passes for Justin. And I want y'all to understand this. When you have two, what I would say, honestly, very different quarterbacks who both now Justin a lot more time, right? But have multiple weeks under the same coordinator. And after multiple weeks, you look at this guy and he's got things that you like, things you dislike. This guy has different things that you like and different things that you dislike. And what is this? This will be week 4. 4 weeks in. 4 weeks into the season, you're sitting there having the conversation that looks the same. Something's wrong with the coaching. There's something wrong with what people are being taught. I couldn't believe. I literally was sitting there, and of course, right, I have to watch the Saints game after because of and signal in the DR was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. A signal in the DR would be like flawless one time. Like, I was able to get a video up from the DR. Sure, many of y'all saw it. Must was clowning me in the comments for it, blah blah blah. But I was able to get a video up in the DR. Excuse me. And I brought back a little cough too. Hopefully, I live. So I wasn't able to watch the game. I was able to catch plays here and there, but I ended up watching it after the fact. Got to look at a little bit of the All-22 today as well. And I was literally sitting there flabbergasted. I said, this is looking like he's starting to make the mistakes that Justin made. And yes, a lot of people will sit there and say, well, yeah, but he's a D2 rookie. And, when you have a D2 rookie here, then and you're putting him in an NFL situation, he should be doing better than a third-year quarterback. I'm fine with having that conversation. I think that's a great conversation to have. But you know what we also need to have about the conversation? Tyson Bagent doesn't play like Justin Fields. There's nothing about Tyson Bagent's game that looks like Justin Fields, and they're making the same mistakes. That tells you where the issues are, where the issues are coming in. That's Stephon the Don just jumping in this mug with a side eye and a Heat hat on.
What's good?
Hold on. I got the audio going the wrong way. I thought I was solo dolo on this mug. Hold on. Give it a second and nope, that's the wrong one.
You got back. You just got back in, so I thought we was only doing the game.
Nope, still the wrong one. This man been talking the whole time. Why can't I hear him? Hold on, and which one is it? No, I can't see. I don't have my headphones either. Oh, wait, no, I know what's wrong with it. Never mind. It's me. Unmute the site. There we go. Go ahead, talk now.
Yo.
What's going on?
All right.
How you feeling? Great to see you.
What's that?
Welcome back. Oh, I'm back.
What's up? You back.
I'm back in the building.
Yeah.
What's good with you?
Back in the building. I literally just thought you was doing the game.
I was, and then I wasn't. I was like, I had to come back. I was like, I'm only going to do the game. And then I was like, nah, we just do a little 30-minute job.
We back.
Tell me if I'm wrong, though, bro. Hey, Baki said, Pat, we can tell you just coming back. Bro, I'm not going to lie to you. It feels weird. Here's the toughest part about all of this. I've never taken 5 days off from doing the show. Like, since I've been doing the show, I've never taken 5 days off from doing the show. So I am thrown off a little bit, Baki. Don't worry about it. It's a lot of pent up aggression out here that I'm letting out right now. But no, tell me I'm wrong though, honestly, right? Like when you looked at Tyson's game on Sunday versus the Saints, did it not look like versus the defense he should have been able to cook? But that's a whole nother story. But did it not look like he was starting to look like Justin Fields?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it was a couple things. One, you sit there, he's throwing passes across the middle, which again, if you go back and listen to the Chargers game, that was basically the plan from jump. From them was to make him throw across the middle. So they did it again in the Saints game. And it came to fruition. He had some really bad plays, and it's just like you were saying. Like I overheard, like the same faults that you have for Justin, you could bring those back up for Tyson Bagent, but now we're not hearing it.
And I don't even know if it's that we're not hearing it. It's just, right, like I get people that say, well, he's a D2 rookie in his first year versus a 3-year veteran, right? Tyson will continue to get better. Mm-hmm. I'm willing to have that conversation. The conversation that I want people to have, though, is how does Tyson get better? Because it ain't with these coaches. It's not with Luke Getsy. Like, I think that's the conversation that people are so unwilling to have, and it blows my mind. Because if you're going to have a real life conversation about what the issue is with Chicago, you have to start up front. You have to start with the defensive line. You have to, right? Like, there's all these things you got to look at first. And then you get to the quarterback position. And then you ask yourself, okay, well, if this quarterback's not working, maybe it'll work with this quarterback. All right, I was willing to have that conversation. Let him come out and ball out, and we'll have that conversation. I came back after the Oakland Raiders game, the Vegas Raiders game, and say, look good. Mm-hmm. Do it again. Versus Rams. Or versus the Chargers, I should. It wasn't pretty. Got clapped. It wasn't good. But he had, moments. But it wasn't good. Versus New Orleans, I look at it and I'm like, oh my God, he's starting to look like Justin with the mistakes that he's making. It might not be these guys because they're doing what they're being taught to do. I get it. We look at Justin Fields and say that you're a veteran quarterback. You should be able to do so much more. He's still a young QB. Mm-hmm. He's taking the counseling that he's getting from his coaches.
Yeah, and there's only so much. There is only really so much that you could do, right? Like you sit there and he's telling you like, hey, I mean, we heard a couple weeks back, I'm literally only running what the coaches is telling me to run. So it's like I'm literally trying to execute your game plan and it's not working. And it's literally like, okay, we keep doing this, but it's kind of like I said a couple days ago, right? Like there's weeks where it's like, okay, you know what you're supposed to do, like as the game plan, you know what works coming in, and you don't play to your team's strengths for whatever reason, and literally, if you just do the simple things like running the ball, it will help out the quarterback so much. Which is another reason why they're legitimately saying, hey, this probably ain't gonna work with this staff. It's not. It should be no reason why. It's like I was telling you before you left, even with the Chargers game, the Chargers was giving up almost over 100 yards a game on the ground. It was 100 yards a game.
When I tell you,
find a way to run the ball.
When I tell you, it literally it was so funny to me. Watching the Chargers game, because that was one of the moments where I said, oh, they're really just running the opposite of what everybody else does. That was the first game where I was like, they're really just running the opposite of everything that what everybody else does and has success does. Because there's no way you don't run the football versus the Chargers. And you know what? It's the things like that I see that confuse me the most. The things that I get it, right? Listen, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I'm a scheme expert. I understand how things work. I understand personnel groupings a lot better now, working with J-Mac and stuff like that. I understand, that the Bears to me are still a long way away from what the final quest is or the final mission is supposed to be, right? Mm-hmm. The end of the quest. I understand all of that. Mm-hmm. But I just don't understand that when you have a team against you, that everybody in this chat, me, you, people on ESPN radio that have never played the game, people that are in the ESPN offices, heck, the folks at Locked On, I mean, my mama, right? Like, that everybody in the world can go, hey, I seen them do this. They should probably do this. And the Bears go, nah.
Bro, literally.
Like, I get it. Like, if there's in-depth things that we're not seeing, if there's so, right, like the one thing, whenever somebody sits here and says, this is what the blocking scheme is, you're lying. You have no idea. You don't know how I know? Ask Nolan Cruz what the blocking scheme was one time. He said, you never really know.
Yeah.
He's a Hall of Fame center.
Like,
if you're not in there getting the call, you don't know. You can get an idea based on how guys move, but you don't know exactly what the call is. So when I hear guys sit there and be like, well, this is what this blocking scheme is and stuff like that, I'm not buying it because Olin Cruz said that you don't know. So, all right, bet. I get it. There's things that we, the average fan, can't see that we don't know. But you know what I can see? The 200 yards that was put on their head a week before.
Hey, fam, it's not even that. Because I was telling Kid the other day, I'm like, you know, because we be talking ball and stuff, and obviously I never played, but I know if 3 people were standing in the same spot on a play, just like basketball, this probably ain't finna work. Yeah. Something's bad about to happen. And it's literally like, hey, something's bad about to happen. Like, bro, you're literally sitting there and you just know, like, hey, these 3 people ain't supposed to be standing in this spot.
Yeah.
Like, but it's a constant, like, it's now, it went from week to week to now it's like it's every other week. Yeah. It's every other week. So it's like either you're trying to like legitimately do what you said, as in, okay, we're going to run the opposite of this, or you just trying to run what you're trying to run. Either way, it's not working.
Well, and I'm fine with you trying to run what you're trying to run, but like we had a very interesting conversation about, right? Like there's also talk all of a sudden based on, I don't know if y'all touched on this while I was gone, but Bill, the article from Jason Lockenfor basically saying that, Bill, if things go south for Bill and he gets fired, would you want him to be, he would have interest in being a Chicago Bear or go to the Washington Commanders. Either one, he would want to be a part of that staff. And excuse me, I looked at that and I was like, I talked about it with J-Mac on the pod today on Chicago Bears pod. And I said,
I literally just saw the clip.
I don't know if I want Bill. And yes, because of the McDaniels thing, like that's the clip that ends up getting made up. That's the clip that ends up. But like we talked about it, right? And he talked about what it was like to play for Andy Reid. And no matter who Andy Reid had under center, he was going to fit his system to who he had under center. Right? If it was Michael Vick, if it was Donovan McNabb, if it was Patrick Mahomes, if it was Alex Smith, if it was who's the backup up there? They got a backup that actually was slanging that thing too. And we didn't forgot about him. He was in there for Pat for a couple of games. I can't think of their backup name. Right?
Was it? No, it was Keenum. Was it Case Keenum? No, it was Daniel.
Well, they did have Keenum for one run, but I think they got a young guy in there now. I might be wrong.
Now
I don't know, but look, either way, right? Like he adjusted for whatever it is. Bill wants to go find players that fit what he wants to run. And if you don't fit what Bill wants to run, then you don't fit. And listen, for Bill, that probably works fine. And it has. He's a Super Bowl winning. Who am I to tell him that's not going to work for you? But I'll tell you what, it's like when Phil Jackson went over to the Knicks and wanted to run the triangle offense. And all of a sudden it didn't work. Well, I mean, why didn't it work? We got guys are buying in and Melo's buying in and it should work and we should have this and it should get everybody involved. You know why it don't work? Because it ain't Kobe and Michael over there. You got Carmelo Anthony. He's a very different player. He's also not playing no defense.
Oh man. But nah, you know, but yeah, you know the he gonna try to bring up McDaniels the second he's there though.
And here's the thing. I love, right? Like the clip said, I love McDaniels as an OC. I love McDaniels as an OC. He's just a horrible head coach.
Oh yeah, he's
that's my other fear. My other fear is that Josh McDaniels is the next in line to be the head coach. And I think I'd end it all at that point. Like it's over with. You know what? We're done. We're done here.
Bro, it's I find it ironic because it's like everybody keeps trying to hire this dude to be their head coach. And it's literally like, did you hear about the story that like came out when he got fired? Like he was looking at Antonio Pierce like, oh yeah, he about to save me.
Bro, I was just confused because I was like, by the way, if y'all in here like the video, we finna get up out of here in a few because we got to do a Bulls live call at 7. But we appreciate y'all for rocking with us. I really just wanted to get back into practice, right? I know this episode sound all over the place. My camera was tweaking all of that, but I had to get back and talk to y'all. I missed y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've never had 5 days off. So that threw me off. Like I literally was like, it's wild here. But when Antonio Pierce was getting praised for bringing practice squad players on the sideline, bro, don't every team had a practice squad players on the sideline?
Yeah, nah, bro.
Like this is not This is not
Josh was tweaking, bro. Josh was tweaking.
Like what the heck was Josh McDaniels on? Like when they were like, oh, he brought the practice squad around and they were brothers and the Bears are a dumpster fire and they practice squad is on the sidelines. Just in case we need to throw more trash in the fire.
Yo.
Hey. Like, what are we talking about? Josh McDaniels is a horrible head coach, and I'm so scared that Bill Belichick would leave him in the hands of Justin or of this team to run it. I would, oh my God, I'd be done. I'd be done as a fan. That'd be the line, right? Like Bill Belichick. All right, chat. I got a question before we get up out of here. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. If it guaranteed you one Super Bowl, right? One Super Bowl. But after that, Bill retires and you get Josh McDaniels for the next 5 years. Is it worth it?
See now, I ain't even gonna lie, I can't do it. And the reason why I can't do it is because like I feel like after 3, it'll just be like, all right, bro, this was 3 years ago. Like this was 3 years ago. And you said wait, with the caveat being that the Bears, like Josh didn't lead them.
Now,
so
I didn't say, now, hold on. I didn't say one Super Bowl win. I said one Super Bowl. Like, you can get to one. Whatever happens, happens.
Oh, they don't win?
I didn't say they win or lose. You can get to one.
Oh, yo.
Because I think Bill, like here's the thing. I think Bill putting his hands on this team would actually, right, you would get a different result. You got Montez Sweat. Maybe you bring back Yannick. You got a host of good DBs here.
Tremaine, you got a host of good linebackers.
Good linebackers.
You got good linebackers.
But I think that Bill could get you a good way in the playoffs. I think there's enough talent here to see that actually happen. But if you just, yeah, I mean, like you get an appearance, maybe you win, maybe you don't. You never know what's going to happen in a Super Bowl. But you get Josh McDaniels after that.
But like I'm saying though, so Josh, once Josh get in, he does absolutely nothing.
Oh, I know what Josh is gonna do.
Like that, bro.
Listen, fool me one
Because
time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times, the peace sign. Load the you know what, let it rain on you.
Like,
I know what
I
Josh
was
is
gonna
gonna
say,
do.
I probably
Josh
couldn't.
is going
I probably
to
couldn't do it.
So, and you have to think about this, Bears fans. Think about with this in mind. That team that gets there, Josh will for sure dismantle it. The Raiders made the playoffs. Josh McDaniels got rid of everybody that made that team a playoff team. Like, we know what Josh is.
Bro, Devontae is in purgatory. I feel so bad. I feel so bad.
I really like, I think I would be out on I think I'd be out on a chance to go to the Super Bowl if it meant I had to deal with Josh McDaniels.
Because you know what it is, bro. You know what they're gonna say? Like in the next 10 years, somebody gonna be looking at like the last 10 teams that made it to the Super Bowl. They're gonna be like, hey, the Bears made it? Like legit like that. Like I didn't even know the Bears was in there.
Listen, if you win, it's different. But are you taking that chance knowing you got Josh McDaniels the rest of the time? I don't know if I'm doing it.
That's a horrible question.
I don't know if I'm doing it, man. I don't know if I'm doing it. Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page if you haven't done so. We'll be back with our full show tomorrow. We'll be live doing the Chicago Bulls live call. Coming up next, me and Stefan the Dine in the building for that. Bulls take on the Phoenix Suns. But shout out to, you know what? I got to say this real quick. Shout out to Marifa Asar. Said Bears last win of season 2006, 2010, 2018, 3 winning seasons out of 17. And that's why I said it. Because bringing Bill Belichick here to me sets you up for another pop-up season. Hey, man, y'all stay safe out there. We'll see y'all over on the Bulls live call. Peace.